Okay, well, let's take a look at the demo at hand. The first client that I will deploy is a blueprint client where we have the following route. Okay, let me take rid of this. It picks up a file from a camel box and will log it, and after that we'll send it off to a logical name in the fabric called demo. The logical name will be bound to the following, the fabric jetty, which is a different blueprint bundle. Okay, so this is the one where we have set up the fabric demo logical name, and then this is in this case a jetty endpoint. I'm going to be deploying two of these, and I want to be able to change the port number. So therefore, I'm using the property placeholder. You will see shortly how that works, but the port number here is something that I can adjust from outside. So we have two bundles. We're going to have to deploy three in total. The Fabric Demo client, which is our entry point, which then sends it onwards to the Fabric Demo, and then we will have two of these inside our Fabric, picking up anything sent to it, and then transforming it, and then also logging it, and that's what we're going to be looking out for those log messages. So let's get started. Let me start creating. Oh, before I start, let me ensure that I have a completely clean Fuse environment. So let me now start up Fuse. I've cleaned everything. There we go. Okay, let's start by creating the fabric. So create, I'm going to be, oh, I have to create a new user because I did not change the etc users.properties file. So let me do that. Let me call this the fatmin, and then the new user password is master key. Let me generate the zookeeper password, and let me make sure I don't get any hostname problems. So let me use a resolver of local IP. There we go. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be creating two new child containers. So let me create container, create child of root, and then let's call them node, and let's create two of these. So those have been created. Let me now set up the profile for the first client. So let me clean the screen, and let me create the first profile. Profile create. As a parent, I'm going to be using Camel, and the name of this one will be Fabric Demo Client. I need to make sure that my bundles are created, so let me start up SBT here. And for the project, need to set it to Fabric Demo Client. Let me publish. Okay, and let me then add that bundle. Let me copy paste that one. Okay, then I also need to make sure that I have the features Camel Jetty and Fabric Zookeeper as part of this profile. So let me put those in as well. The Fabric Zookeeper feature is used by that Camel fabric component I'm using. So there we go. And let me roll this out to node number 1. So I'm going to add this profile to node 1, and there we go. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, for the two Jetty services, I will first create a base profile, and I will then create two childs of that. So let me start creating a new profile. Let me also use the camel as a parent, and it will be fabric demo jetty and then the base of it. Also, this one will need the zookeeper. So let me add that. And I'm gonna now build my project for that, which will be fabric jetty. Let me publish this one, grant, there we go. And I will then add that as a bundle. Oops, sorry. There we go. Oh, the bundle name, fabric demo jetty base. Okay, so that's the base bundle. So if I take a look at that fabric profile display fabric demo jetty base. So this is the base one, and I will now create two profiles that are based on that. Oops, sorry. Okay, so the first one is going to be named Fabric Demo Jetty A, which is based on the profile I've just created. And the trick is that I will set the properties here. So I'm going to set the properties here. So we'll have the first client listen to port 1992, and I've also used this suffix so that makes it easier to interpret the log files. The suffix is used, let me show you here, in the transform, which is then also logged. So that's going to make it easy for us to predict or to pick out what goes where. Let me deploy this to node number 2. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to do slightly the same thing now. Let me create a new profile for the second service. Okay, and that needs a different port number. There we go. And I'm also going to change the suffix for this one. And I will install this on node number 1. So let me go to put this on node number 1. Okay, let's take a look at the environment so far. Let me do a container list, and we can see node 1 has the B, node 2 has the A jetty, and then also the first client, the Fabric demo client, which is listening to the camel box, is also deployed on node number 1. Everything is active. Yeah, everything is running, so we should be able to see what's going on. Let me go to this window. Let me start logging for both the nodes. So I'm looking at the node 1 and the node 2 log files here, and I'm grabbing on test because that's something I'm gonna stick in there. So that's going to happen now. Let me create a new file in my camel box with the name test in it, and you will see that it has been received by the first client, and then it's picked up by, in this case, the second, I believe it is. And if I keep doing this a couple of times, yes, you can now see that load balancing is happening. It's going from home and now at work, and that's exactly what I've done here. If I look at the, let me do a container, sorry, a profile display of fabric demo jetty A, sorry, demo jetty A. That one has home.com, and the B has work.com. So you can see it load balances it nicely. If I would decide to stop node number 2, so let me do a container stop node 2. Well, that wouldn't have any effect. If I keep making files, you can see that everything now is going to test at work and no errors are occurring. So you can see that the Fabric is doing the load balancing, and in this case also making sure that I have always the service available. All right, that's it. Thank you very much.